Yes, sir.
Yo.
What's good, people?
We're back in the building, bitches.
Wow.
Yeah. We're back in the building.
What are you beading over there?
We're back in the building.
Yeah?
You know? Yeah. We're here, back like we never
man.
left.
Yeah, we never left. We're here, man.
Yeah,
The
we're
building.
back. Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You Vans?
Yeah,
Okay.
chilling.
All right.
How are you?
I'm good, you know.
Yeah.
I'm feeling...
Why did your voice go all the way upstairs when you said that?
When I get excited.
You tart. Bring it down a couple octaves.
Oh, my days. I can always tell I'm excited at that. But yeah, I'm good, man. Good to see
you're
you
excited
guys.
to be here?
Yeah, I am, man. I needed this, man.
Oh.
I feel like we've all had a long day. I can just see it in everyone's eyes. Like, it's one of the ones where I can see in man's eyes. If I didn't love you lot the way I love you lot, I wouldn't be here. I can see it. I can see it. I can see your face. Eye contact, innit? It's key, man. You taking me somewhere else? No?
We're bros.
Yeah.
Eye contact as well.
We're bros, man.
Chrissy such a hater. She looked away.
Why don't?
She looked away straight
It's
away.
awkward though, because then when someone like immediately says make eye contact, now it feels weird. Now I can't.
Oh,
look at
you're
you.
them babes that are by the bar that can't flirt and that. You look at the don and then when he starts looking at you properly, you start looking away.
Yeah, I'll run away. Do you know what?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Funny enough, some guy today, I was in the supermarket and some guy came up to me and he was like, "Hi, I like your hair. Where'd you get it done?" So I said, "In my house." So he said,
God, bro. I'm just trying to make it out of the hood. Can you see what she's doing, bro?
I said, "In my house," because in my mind, I was like, I answered the question. You asked me where I get my hair done. And
It's not a job interview, bro.
So
Lie,
then
bro.
he was like, "You do it yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I meant." And then it was just like really awkward. So then I said, "Have a nice day." And then I just walked away.
But that's a crazy question, though. Can't just walk up to a babe and be like, "Where'd you get it done? Where'd you get
Who did your hair?"
But in this new day and age, you have to find unorthodox methods
But
to start conversation.
Bonding through barbering.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, but I just
But
like
that's
I can
safe.
be
I
awkward
like your
like
hair,
that.
and then you have to have a follow up, innit?
Like, yo, bro, where'd you get your trim from?
Yeah, that's.
That sounds crazy.
If someone said no, but someone has actually asked me like, "Hey, would you like?"
Who's your barber?
Yeah, who's your barber?
But did you feel like that was like just a genuine question, or more of a like?
No, it was a genuine question, but
Yeah.
it's also like, don't ask me that. That's weird.
Damn, but you could be a walking
Like-
advertisement for your.
No, but don't do that. I just
Right.
don't like people talking to me in general. I think that's what it all boils down
What?
to.
Trust
Yeah.
us, we know.
I think that's actually the root of this problem.
That's crazy.
Just
I've been
don't talk to
putting
me.
with Chris, I'll be like, yeah, I don't think she's here this
Yeah,
this
no,
week.
I
just don't
don't
talk to
like
me.
people talking to me in general.
I don't. Because I can be like very socially awkward.
That's fair.
So it's just like, I don't know what to say.
Mm.
And then now we're all just looking at each other.
They're saying
Eye
at work
contact,
they're saying at work you got to be social.
You know what? We'll get into that. We will.
Okay.
I'll use this time to say hashtag off the cuff pod.
Come on.
We are back. A good, honest conversation, never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, my name is Fols Forever.
I'm Mr. Vans.
And I'm here with the Chrissy Hive.
Hi.
AKA eye contact. All I'm going to do is just do this. Vans, I'm sorry, bro. You're not getting
so
nothing from me this
intense.
week, man.
You're
I'm sorry, man.
Chrissy, I'm
It's too
locked in,
much.
man.
Okay, that's fine. I'm so happy.
Bare pressure.
Yeah.
You saying double lock? Because like I'm opposite.
This is a
And she
lot of
can't look
stuff.
nowhere else.
Yeah.
You think I'll look
Eye
at the ring light
contact,
for the whole I'll look at the camera.
Shouts out to YouTube, man. The worst thing about it, that's worse for you as well.
They're getting the pretty eyes. Ow.
Can we move on, please?
Ow.
Chrissy's in Evanescence there, just panicking. Donnie said, I like your head shape.
That's crazy.
That would be mad. Although someone has also said that to me before.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got a nice head shape still. I said, thank you.
If a babe tells me that I've got a nice head shape, yeah, she's either lying
She lied.
or we're in love.
Double whammy, man. Sometimes you got to lie when you're in love, man. No?
Tell us more.
Okay, that's...
No, tell us more. Let's stay here for a second. Tell us
Don't
more
get energized now. I thought you don't like people talking to you.
the lies of love. Talk to us.
Sometimes, like, oh, babe, you think this look nice. Sometimes you have to just roll with the punches, man.
Do you know what?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right. There's probably a lot of that.
Because there's times as a man, you want to cook your babe and say, but you just got to, if you like it, I love it. And because I love
It don't have to be a cooking though.
I get inspired by the cooking.
You see you. What
Man went to the
energy.
extreme,
Like-
you know.
Sometimes you got to go there, man.
Not even like a little.
Yeah, I think
No,
a
but
little-
to be fair, like however your delivery is, they're still going to see it as a
That's
cooking.
why, because you're going to get the same level of trouble for you being, babe, I don't really like that, as you cooking, so you might as well cook.
Yeah.
No, but don't be rough though.
Or sometimes rough.
Oh.
No,
man.
don't be rough though.
Oh.
Because you can have. you can have a little bit of banter, a little bit of mask boast. That's fine. But then if you're just being like, no, your rice and peas is so shit. Why is it so salty?
That's crazy.
That's mad.
Because that's
just rude. That's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's also disrespectful. You're saying it in like a disrespectful tone.
And then just follow up with kidding.
Like, so shit. Imagine that. That's crazy.
Have you ever had anyone be adverse to your cooking before?
Never.
Okay. So every time you've cooked for a man, this.
Just for the record. No one's gonna ever say like.
No.
But don't say it because I was trying to set a trap for her there.
No, but there have been times when I've made a mistake. Like, just the salmon's just a bit too dry, you know?
Dry salmon.
But it happens every once in a while, but is it
Black
still delicious? Like bondage and
someone
Hennessy.
said if salmon can run away from black people, it would.
I don't blame it.
Grow legs
because
and run.
What have they not done to it? But sometimes it's not like the ability isn't there.
Yeah.
But nobody has 100% date every day.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah.
But ratio is higher. It's still like A star.
Okay, cool. So you're 95%.
Like
5%.
Yeah.
A little buffer.
Margin of error.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But Vans is right. No one's ever going to come out and be like, yeah, my food didn't slap. Yeah. But I feel like you guys as women have like kind of come out of that calling card thing because a lot of them don't care, like starve, man.
But you, do you know what? I hear it. Go to the kitchen and cook then.
Because it used to be the food thing. Now women, if they live alone, they don't want to tell guys. I hear that a lot.
Oh, the homosexuals.
What about like, I'll cook for him at 2 a.m. if he asked. What happened to them babes? I thought that it was the year of the yearners.
Oh no, they've gone underground, bro. You know, like when the shiny suits come out.
Oh, they've yearned.
They've gone underground. Like, you know, like they're still there, but they're not like on Front Street.
They're not yearning no more.
They're yearning just behind closed doors.
Right.
No, but I'm in that school.
Oh, you are too.
Men online, but like under somebody's skin, like offline.
Yeah, come on.
Fair enough.
Like
cosplaying it.
Balance.
You have to like confuse people. Like, what's really going on? But me, I'll make a sandwich. Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, let's get it.
Sandwich.
Babe's trying to kill you off your carbs at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, but we can do salad.
If you bring me a salad at 2 o'clock in the morning, you might as well not bring me nothing, man.
That's crazy.
You're not doing Health Minute again?
At 2 o'clock in the morning?
Why not?
No, man. Where's the burger, man?
You're not on a cucumber, nah.
Not at that time, no.
Hey.
Excuse me, it's a...
Grow up, come on, man. This is a grown pod.
It's a grown pod?
We're talking about vegetables.
No, that's your word. It's a grown pod. That's what you're saying.
That might be the title. It's a grown pod.
It's a grown pod.
Okay, cool. No? I'm going to rein you in.
You're going to rein me in?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I didn't know I need reining.
Yeah, what? But I don't know if we'll be able to. The arms.
Oh,
wow, look at the strength.
Start trying to gas me up,
even got the power pose.
Oh, no, just me. I'm just relaxing. I'm here.
It's the locks, man.
Yeah, it's the turban. You feeling like...
the turban?
Yeah.
When I got this on, do a retwist in this. I was just trying, let me just cover up.
But you style it well.
On a Prince of Egypt vibe.
Come on, man. Smell like an
Arab burning bush.
I feel...
What's a burning bush? Look at you.
Like, that's top 3 Disney movies.
Only that it's not Disney.
Oh, is it Pixar?
DreamWorks.
Close enough.
You don't have to do that to her, you know.
They were gonna... Someone would have corrected her.
Okay, you're not correct over love, innit?
Yeah, fine. But I'm gonna lump that in that category. I'm gonna say animated.
Yes.
I think it's top 3.
Fair.
Definitely. Yeah, Prince of Egypt is cold. I do want to do an episode on like favorite animations.
But there's one. Quite a few that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Like the Sebastian one, I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen
the Sebastian one. The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
What's the one with the not the giraffe? It's a deer, I think. Bambi. Haven't seen that.
Not a giraffe, a deer. Do you know the guy?
No. But I was thinking of that scene where the legs were doing that. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen.
You saw Lion King recently.
No, don't do that to me. That was a staple in my household on VHS.
Right. Strong.
So okay, let me.
Right,
I think
what was the one that you saw recently? Aladdin. That's crazy.
Aladdin. The ones that I have seen, I think that list is probably shorter. 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
Christmas film.
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Uh-huh.
The Lion King. And we can honestly wrap that list up there.
Okay.
Those are the ones that I saw as a child.
Right.
But hold it. No. Hold it. But then, yeah, just watch the same ones over and over again.
How well versed are you, Fols, in the Disney animated movies?
Anything that's from that era when we watch it on video, yeah.
Anything?
Generally, not like absolutely, but generally speaking, anything that's like would come on Christmas time.
What are the ones?
101 Dalmatians. Is that not Disney?
That's not a Christmas movie.
I feel like that film comes on holiday season all the time.
It's kind of set in the Christmas time, but it's
okay,
not.
but it's not a
associate
Christmas
with
movie.
Christmas.
Okay,
Right,
fair.
associate
Okay,
with
we'll
Christmas.
allow it.
It's not thing obviously animation, but Home Alone. I associate that with Christmas. Most of my films are around like the holiday time when like we would actually be in the front room together as a family. My dad's not scattered everybody from the front room. Those are my core memories. That's when I'll be like, okay, cool. But that's why as soon as you start naming something, I'll be like, okay, holiday, Christmas.
Sorry, so I saw a tweet that was talking about that, like when people's dads came home, that everyone would scatter from the palo.
Yeah.
Couldn't relate.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't relate to that.
Okay.
I see both sides. So mine was more of a like, you guys should be doing your homework type vibes, innit?
Okay, fair.
So you don't really want to get caught in the front room. But obviously, once you know your parents' routine, you know the time they're coming, innit? But sometimes you get to relax. Now your feet is on the table and that you're eating ice cream, you're chilling. And
Haven't taken the meat out the freezer.
10 to 6.
Yeah.
He could be at any minute and he pops up. But for some people, for the people that go can't relate, I love that for you because it shouldn't be like that. And when I have a family, I wouldn't want my kids to feel like that when as soon as I come home, it's like all fun stopped.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
The police is here.
Nino.
So I did like, and I do like seeing people like push back on it. Like, nah, I can't relate, man.
Yeah.
That's alien to me, innit? So
That's really scary.
yeah. But before we start properly, before I intro the pod, Vans made reference to the whole the chat online in a minute about your work face and interacting with your colleagues. And am I getting this right? I can't remember the initial thing that sparked it, but
The initial was this black girl who was flat sharing, but she had like I think 4 or 5 other housemates and they were all white,
right.
and she claimed that they all conspired, against her to have her kicked out.
Right.
So you have to kind of like, because she wasn't social with them, like she kept herself to herself.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. They kind of weaponized that against her, and someone quote tweeted and said that this happens at work too.
Mm-hmm.
And then that whole discourse started like about, you're more likely of getting a promotion, or do you know what I'm saying? Like from being social, sitting with your colleagues at lunch, going out for drinks, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, like it was a back and
Everyone's
forth.
giving their two.
Yeah,
okay,
everyone's
2
giving their
pence,
2 pence.
What do you guys think?
I completely agree. I've seen the difference that it can make when you interact with people that you work with in not just, oh, have you done that spreadsheet? Do you know what I mean? Like understanding what they're not to say like you have to go as deep as like knowing their whole life, but if they mention something, just following up when you see them the next time, oh, how's this, that and the other. I think it is important because you cannot expect to climb the ranks of an organisation if people do not see you in the organisation. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And yes, it is possible for you to be able to like go up the ladder simply off the merit of your work. Fine. But that's not how the world works. There are people, I feel like everyone's worked with that person that you can't understand how they've gotten into the position that they're in. But when you see the way they operate, they're very much like a people person, and they might not even do the best work, but they're
good for the moon in the office.
Yes.
They're good as a team member.
There's way more that you can contribute to an organisation than just your work. And it's not to say that you go and you give these people like blood, sweat and tears, but I think it's obtuse of people to think that you don't have to socialise with anyone at all and you're going to become the head honcho.
Especially when you're in an office, like, several times a week. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things where keeping yourself to yourself, in my experience, it hasn't done any favours. Unfortunately, like, when people say play the game, like, these are the times to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? In the corporate space, and yes, we shouldn't have to feel like we have to, but like, you're in a team. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have your colleagues, and like, you don't have to, you know, be their homies like outside of work. But you know, I've got work friends that like whenever we're in the office, do you know what I'm saying? Like, but after that, that's all that it is.
Do you think, obviously there is a specific black experience, but in general, just like on a human level, isn't that something everyone has to go through, where like you do need to interact with everyone? Because I know like we've got our thing where, you know, you may feel a bit alienated in certain spaces or not know how to interact.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I'm sure there's people in the office, regardless of race, creed, colour, that have to, if you don't talk to anybody, you're just Donny by the printer.
Honestly, because then in those moments where people are having conversations in the rooms of power or the corridors of power, it's not going to be your work. You've done your work great, but then you also need those people to kind of vouch for you. It's other people that are going to be like, oh yeah, Bill's great. Like, Bill's just, yeah. And if it comes down to it, you and this person, let's say A and B have done exactly the same amount of work. They've contributed equally to the business. One of them is more social and the other one isn't. Yeah. Of course they're going to go for the person that is more involved in the organisation.
Especially like, I don't know, it depends on your line of work as well. Yeah. Like, I'm in the tech industries and like, I work with developers and they're antisocial as hell. Like, they're socially awkward. They're just in the corner doing their own thing, typing code for the whole day. They don't really like, they interact with like themselves because they're just alike.
They would understand the same language,
like,
innit? Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, you know, people from different departments where, you know, it's a lot more sociable and those things count when, you know, they're looking. Like, the thing is, the important key is just to be liked, and without, like, obviously on merit, which, you know, it should be. That's a hard
one though, because it's like,
but if the person likes you,
no, I know that if that person likes you, yes, but it's like,
they're not going to know without being your, you know,
it's too open where it's like,
nah, just being liked ain't going to get you through the door.
No, but in addition to like being like having good work, but your personality that person might not warm to that. And how do you like kind of train someone? Cause I know we're in this day and age where there's a lot of there are a lot of courses, a lot of people selling things to us online that are going to help you, you know, climb the career ladder. And of course, people want to progress and go into different places, have more money, you know, so they can get a house, get a car, you know, family, all that stuff. But
I just think
you can't. Like, how do you go to someone there? This is how I get you more liked in the workplace. There's no foolproof method.
There isn't, and like, I'm not like, when I say this, it doesn't mean that you have to jump on the table and start performing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not what it is.
I need that record deal, man.
This ain't what it is. Like, I think it's just like demonstrating the ability to communicate in a social setting. Yeah. Like, in any way how you know how to communicate. Yeah. Like, obviously,
the word to look for maybe is like assimilation.
Yeah, like you'll learn how to, do you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, like, we all code switch. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, to a degree. Yeah. So
I don't give them. If I give them my authentic self,
it's all over, Jackie.
It's curtains, bro.
And I think this is the root of a lot of people's gripes, where they feel like they cannot be their authentic self in a workplace. And I do hear those people a lot, because I feel like, absolutely,
and it's just obviously when you're just going off feelings, it's loose and it's open, so you can push back on someone's feelings. But I do feel like for people like us, we have to do a lot more blending and contorting and to appease other people, whereas they may still not be able to come as their true authentic self, but they can stand a little bit closer to their authentic self, because you're having to impress. Like, especially if you're in a space where like you're potentially minority. I see it happens on like the man will go to the pub and that, and all the wagwans are going out the window. It's very geezerish. It's just people do it without even realising. And I'm saying it in jest, but I've been in the pub with the man them, yeah. And the Bermondsey boys will be in there, and it's like I just see everyone's like mannerism change. And I double down. Kill on Shelley. I just let you know that I'm in the building.
It's all that foreign stuff you're talking over there, Fola. It's all of that.
Because we're in a pub and you're getting crazy. What's going on?
It's all that then.
You're going to kill a Shelley?
Who's Shelley? Who's Shelley? I'm being silly, but like, it's an in-house thing, community thing, but like if you know type of thing, innit? And it's like that's why I do feel for people, because if you haven't got that, some people just don't. I don't wrong people that are able to do it, because like you said, the game is a game, and to a certain degree that's what you might need to do to climb the ladder. But the people that push back against that, I understand that as well, because it can be draining to like have to always put your game face on, because you leave the house in the morning. Unless you got the job you absolutely love, and I shout at people that have that, you're kind of going to war every day.
Bro, code switching comes in many different facets, bro, for me personally, because like if I'm not in the mood to have the game face on, like I'm not gonna have the game face on. You can
hide behind like 17 screens like Dr. Dre. this guy's upstairs on the 8th floor, pressing their computer. He's talking about development. They're his cousins. This guy's an IT guy as well, man. Don't got bare screens and you can't even see him. He's just there.
Typing away,
tapper. Like you can, if you're not having the best day, like it doesn't mean that like you're gonna start moving a certain way. At the end of the day, I know that I'm in a professional setting. Yeah. And I'm not going to speak to my colleagues in the same way that I speak to my dogs.
Of course, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know that, then
however,
out of the building,
there's not much difference. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just removing certain words.
It's true. It's true.
Fair.
I do fully understand, like for a lot of people, the social settings just come with, or those social kind of things come with their own set of problems. Like eating lunch in the kitchen and someone's like, "Oh, what have you got there? What's that then?" Things like that make you feel super uncomfortable. I can understand why people would be apprehensive to socialise if that's the experience that you always have. I completely get that. But then I think at the end, no, because then they're going to say I'm insensitive. Shout everyone.
No, be insensitive,
No,
man.
shout everyone.
It's fine.
I was going to say, if you don't like it, leave.
Oh, okay, wow, strong.
That's what I was going to say, but I decided to be guided.
Close to the edge. Apologies.
No, but also like I understand in the economic climate that we're in, people can't just like dash jobs away. So I'm not being like that simple, but I think it's important we spend so many hours a day at work. It's so important to not feel like you have to like put armor on every single day, and just like for your own personal benefit, it worked to like go somewhere else.
Fair.
It's a more eloquent version of what I was trying to say.
That was a lot cleaner.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Because the other one was scattergun. Jesus. Do you know as well, yeah? So before we get off this, I do feel if people are being truly, truly honest, some things have never even happened. You know, sometimes you see conversations online so much that you just start putting that kind of wall up before things. I'm sure people had issues at work, but some people don't actually have like those things in the kitchen. And maybe it's just because I'm maybe in a slightly different place. Unless someone's been really blatant, that kind of, what have you got there? Because of my nature, what have you got? I know your food's bland. You got to start giving it back a little bit. Yeah. And that's where you find commonalities, and you realise sometimes there's some people that they don't actually, they mean well, it's not coming from a bad place.
They're just genuinely
because generally Donnie's food is bland. He's looking over yours like, that smells nice. What is that?
Bro, like there was one time I had a conversation with a colleague and I was like, unless you say this to everyone else, don't yo me.
Yeah, sometimes you got to check people.
Yeah, it's true.
But that comes with being Dr. Dre at work.
There's someone
start
in
knowing
HR.
yourself, being more comfortable. Just let
someone
know
in HR. We're cool. We're proper cool.
But he said,
but like,
don't yo me.
Come on, man.
Hey.
You don't yo everyone else.
Cool down.
I don't yo you.
Fair.
Like
that is a bit sideways though.
It is. I can understand why he'd be upset by that. I always see the other side where like people, everyone's got their bias, innit?
I wasn't even necessarily upset. I wasn't even necessarily upset. I was just like,
let's not do that.
Oh, me and you're not boys.
I was just like, we're not unless boys, like you know, like I've never heard you say this stuff.
Yeah,
with anyone else.
Don't see me and put on your FUBU outfit.
Yeah,
I hear it
because it's for us by us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Right there, Chris.
Yeah, great.
You want to take us somewhere else with this conversation?
You. No, we're done.
I'm also doing for you, by us, all that stuff. Afrobeats, man. I want to talk about Afrobeats Deniers.
Oh.
She said, did I bring the mood down?
I think... No, go.
So, Vans got a clip I'm sure you'll play in a second. We've got Fireboy recently. We had Wizkid tell us, I'm not Afrobeats anything, bitch. which I thought was hilarious.
So much vim.
I'm a gut of a punishment. You know, sometimes you have that person that's like, they disrespect the culture, but you still like give them a pass because Burna Boy's done it a few times.
Yeah,
where, like, you know, but we still love him. I don't know what's going on at the minute with our artists from the Afrobeat space, but it just feels like they want to kind of drop Afrobeats. And I could be misinterpreting what they're saying because a few people have said different things, but that's my feeling. Also, it's on you to communicate your point, isn't it?
Yes.
But
wait, I'll wait for Vans to play the clip.
All right, let's play it for context.
I wouldn't say I intentionally do it. It just comes off like that. When I'm making my songs, like I always say, I don't make Afrobeats. I just sort of like combine stuff. I like to make different kinds of music. So even when I'm making R&B or I'm doing pop, you can hear the Yoruba H factor in. Like, if you just know this person, this is not an American person, you know. But so you can always tell that, you know, my roots and my identity is always in my music. I don't try to.
All right, I don't make Afrobeats.
Yeah,
I make a combination of things. He says my roots and my identity is always in my music.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to say is that they don't want to now be boxed into this genre of that was built off a certain sound.
Yeah.
Because of how the sound has evolved, it doesn't mean that like you should now remove yourself from it. And I do get it in some aspects where, like, remember when they were trying to define what grime was at the time? Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists were trying to say, or for a better argument, when artists say that, like, or when rappers say, I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
They're trying to, in a way, like, because they feel like I'm not respected as a rapper. I don't know if like this is the same type of context.
If you're giving it some better, I think it is. Because like I said, what he said and what Wizkid said are different things.
But it's I mean, they've taken it like global. Like it's something that should carry on their back.
When you get, I think in his defense a little bit, I think this is why subgenres also need to happen and like need to be codified. Remember when what was Bernie was saying Afro fusion? So then that's my lane and I own that. So if you're in that space, I'm the head honcho of that.
Okay.
Rema was Afro rave, I think it was.
I know that.
Like, but if you actually line up all these artists, they'll have certain similarities, but they all, like for the top guys, they don't all sound the same, innit?
Yeah.
So that's why I do give Fireboy a bit of bell and be like, I can't understand what you're saying, but where I think it gets miscommunicated is if that's how you've come up and that's what we know you for, and so you've got your success, it feels a bit like a gut punch. Like when you get to the highest of heights and now you're maybe performing in front of more diverse crowds, you know, I think it's a good word there. It's like, oh, now you like we're not good enough for you kind of thing. But I think maybe the artists need to come out and basically say more like, I just want to be respected as an artist across the board, so that maybe I get more looks. Because we spoke about Beyonce before when like she won't get the album of the year, but she will dominate the R&B space or the urban. It's like your thing is the other thing, it's the black thing, but it's not.
It's the same.
It's not good enough to be
the thing
for everybody.
Same argument that Kanye had at the Grammys. Like,
Yeah.
I've won everything else, but album of the year.
Yeah.
Like, or even I'm not even nominated. I'm not even like recognized in this. Like, so you're trying to box me in.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to talk about Afrobeats and the sound,
Yeah.
like I can remember when I first heard Afrobeats outside in a rave. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people like the Banj and stuff. Like, if you explore or if you analyze the sound then and you look at the sounds of Afrobeats now, like there's a lot of different tempos. Like, I don't know if there's a default tempo in Afrobeats. Like, maybe you guys can share
I think
that.
there is, but I think the problem is that you'd have to be someone from a technical standpoint. Like for us, it's more of a feeling.
Yeah.
You feel it. But I think that's also part of the problem as well. That I don't feel like there's a codified set in stone. This is what Afrobeats is. And I think that would eliminate all the nonsense conversation.
Yeah, because like Wizkid like has been making R&B like too.
And also as well,
but he's just an African artist.
If there's that
from
as well,
Nigeria,
because as soon as man say on a track, it's like
these man are
Afrobeats and that. It's not Afrobeats, bro.
Like these man are crooning on like like R&B stuff and like.
But they should be careful what they wish for, because if they want to be looked at as those that genre, we'll start asking you for proper vocals. Man better start being careful. Be careful what you wish for.
Oh, okay.
Because that little melting pot and that fusion thing that's going on allows you to kind of like have influences from over there, have that vibe, feeling.
I agree.
But if you, I'm not saying that's what WizKid wants, but if you want to go over there, I'm going to ask you for some proper vocals. Because I've heard some man live and they get away with murder.
Yes, but it won't stop them from making what they make in the studio, because like obviously with modern technology in these studios, you don't have to have the best voice and you can cut through in today's R&B.
Very true.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in the golden era of R&B, like the proper vocalists were in the booth, innit?
Yeah.
So I guess like they've taken R&B components and placed it into their music in the same way that like how they've made Afrobeats global, R&B in the States are taking certain source from Nigerian artists.
Yeah, of course. You've seen the blend with like
Chris Brown,
when Chris Brown and Davido link up and that. So, but I think the blurring of the lines is maybe good at the top level because you get your favorite artist or favorite producer working together, but I don't think it's the best thing for the genre long term, whether that's hip hop, R&B, Afrobeats, whatever, just because there needs to be some clear lines drawn. Like, this is what this thing is. Or you then, like, other lines about like, this is what the shop genre is. Because, like, when Shay Vibes is coming up and those guys, they don't sound like WizKid and them. There's difference.
Portable even.
Yeah, Portable, or even the alt scene. Then you've got Amapiano, then you've got what we're doing, our source on that as well. So
didn't Odumodu Black say something about like they tried to label him as Afrobeats, but he's actually a rapper.
There's even that as well. Like we've even lost that element of our thing as well, because
I'm sure there's like Nigerian
rap.
Yeah.
Even on Lamida, obviously he does different things, but he's a rapper.
Yeah.
Odumodu is a rapper as well. Like, we have rap. Obviously, there's a set, like once man realize what's going to work, they will do more of like the in thing in regards to Afrobeats. Yeah. And like some people don't even like maybe WizKid style because they feel like he's just singing for the girls and not really saying much. And there's the other lyric, because it's like with anything, there's people are purists to a degree, innit? You know. And then they'll
Are you saying backpack?
Yeah, there's like
Ghana must goes.
Yeah, that's a decent backpack for us.
Can we just stay right there?
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend the other day.
Yes.
And I said, we're talking about something, and I said, Ghana must go. And she said, excuse me? She's Caribbean. No, but she was like, what are you talking about? She was like, the laundry bag. Yeah. And I said, the blue bags. But she was like, where did this term come from? Yeah. And I said, it
doesn't come from a good place, from what I've been told. Yeah.
And I said, because it's something that we've just grown up with, you don't realise how mad it sounds to someone who didn't grow up hearing that. Yeah. That was it, thank you. Yeah.
Ghana must go is crazy.
So crazy.
It's only a couple of years ago I actually found out what that is.
So crazy.
The real story behind that, but yeah. We'll move swiftly on. But yeah, to Vans' point, real hip hop, man.
But hold on. We talk about the big three a lot in the US, yeah.
Okay.
But like in Nigeria, like in Afrobeats, as I know, there's a big three there.
Yeah, Davido, WizKid, Burna Boy.
Do you think that one of these man needs to like say something in defense of Afrobeats, the genre?
It's going to be hard because of the three, two of them have said some things that people haven't necessarily been too happy with.
Right.
Because Burna, I think was the interview Zane Lowe, he said like, in Afrobeats, I'm paraphrasing, aren't really saying anything. And people took that as like shitting on the genre. Because if you're saying they're not really saying anything, because people look at it as just a vibe, a feeling, it's not lyrical. But if you listen to Odumodu, there's lyrics there.
Yeah.
Like, Burna has lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, so like
these man like say, like of course they're gonna they're catering to a global market, right? So, like the Western world or
code
people,
switching to what we were saying earlier,
or even people who aren't Nigerian might not get everything that these man say in their songs. Do you know what I'm saying? But like man, it's the vibe, it's the feeling. So I guess like people who don't necessarily understand may not, but it's not for them to say. Do you know what I'm saying? It's for like Nigerians to really say like if there's substance or not.
There's definitely substance there. But
Ashake is a good example.
A lot of substance. That's why that music cut through.
They don't have a Scooby Doo what that man is talking about, but it feels good.
But I think that's also credit as like why it cut through, because it feels good, but the extra bonus top is that is actually a lot of realness in that music. Like I said, I think we spoke about in the pod before. I was like, it almost was gospel-esque. And if I'm right, I think he's come up. He was in the church. Afro-Dura was called it. That white garment. It's praise and worship, essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't care where you fall on the spectrum. But
Lonely at the Top sounds spiritual. Like, made me want to go to church.
A tough day, put on some gospel. I don't care if you're even an atheist. You'll feel something. Just a little
tingle. Just what you need sometimes.
So, I think someone should say something, but I think it's more just say it in your music. Really,
it's interesting though, because like Burna, like, you know, takes a lot of inspiration from Fela Kuti.
Yeah,
like, and obviously that is an era from like many generations ago, but like you've incorporated it into your sound. Like, come on, dog. Like, I'd expect him to really kind of say, but
you know, is it all? I don't know, man. Like,
I guess if you feel like as an artist that you've honed a particular sound, and it's not necessarily like what people know of Afrobeats, then I guess like, and it's like a bragging right. Like, I've created this new subgenre.
That's what it is. Like, to my earlier point, I think it's people just trying to own their own lane, and it just means that there's less traffic there. Yeah, because that's my thing. I stand away from these guys, and
so that they can later say that they have sons.
Yeah, in Burna's defense a little bit, his thing is more separate in terms of the worldwide thing compared to other guys. I'm not saying the video isn't outside and, you know, doing shows in different territories and stuff, and Redman's had his successes, Wizkid of course, all the other artists, and then that's just the West African bias. South Africa's got its whole scene, and there's a lot more artists in Africa than just, you know,
100%, 100%
specifically, but that's where I'm from, innit?
No, 100%.
So represent, man.
And it's an Afrobeats conversation.
Of course, but like even that, a lot of things that maybe not just fall under that umbrella just because it's the popping genre and sound. So it's just easy, it's lazy a lot of the time, innit?
Nigerians saw Tyler win a Grammy and was like, what?
Pure water.
They said, excuse me.
Oh my God.
Listen, you need successes from other places.
The battle to be main characters, jokes.
Yeah, I agree.
We see in hip hop, man. Kanye West is back outside. He decided to interrupt the flow. The fight we want to see.
Keep Kanye West out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't want him on any media platforms talking either.
But the thing is, there'll always be, it's Kanye West.
I feel like Kanye West is at this stage in his career where, yes, he's still successful musically.
Yes.
Right? But not in the same way that how we embraced him when, like, you know, he was having his run.
No, of course, he's had controversy. He's also not gonna hit the same because,
and he's getting a lot older, and I feel like he can't stand the fact that he's
less relevant.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? You're always going to be Kanye.
Yeah.
Which I think
are not
that
going to let
he
you
forgets.
get away with calling him less relevant. I'll just
compared to the height of his fame, he is definitely
it's not the same.
less relevant.
It's not the same.
Where did Vultures land recently?
It topped the charts. Yeah. Right? So
someone that hasn't got the support of the building. I'm just giving some ammo for Kanye stands.
Because Kanye has, like you've just said, stands in a way that, like, they're stands. Like, they consume everything that he puts out. Like, outside of music, merch, you know, clothing, all of that stuff. Like, so they're always going to support him in a way because that's Kanye. And he forgets that because he's trying to compete with the Donny that's popping now and has had that run, which is Drake.
Do you know what he said about Drake? Donny will move down the road, he fucks all my wife's friends. He's living in his head rent-free, bro.
Rent-free. And this is the reason why I don't want him anywhere near this beef, because, like, you're distracting us from what's really going on. No one cares about your Like That remix.
I will say,
as cold as it may sound musically.
I will say, letting us feel like J. Cole makes Scaring the Hose music is hilarious.
That was funny.
He said, "Play that J. Cole, make the pussy dry up." I'm sorry, man.
That's no.
The meme that he dropped on Twitter
That was very mad.
That was hilarious.
He's such a troll.
It's on the money of what's happening culturally. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like,
but again, like Kanye, you're not gonna sit down and say, "Oh yeah, you know, we all got together in the studio and was excited for the elimination of Drake."
if I'm Kendrick Lamar, if I'm Future, I don't like that, because whether that happens,
I don't want to be associated.
I don't
man.
like that coming out, because it adds to the narrative of like, oh, we have to click up, and even
Yeah.
though there is some, I feel like there is a little bit of truth to that. We have to click up to eliminate Drake. Don't come out and like stamp it and say it.
Yeah, and like I think that it's been sensationalized. I think that Kanye does this because he wants to remain around, and he's like, sometimes he's just not of sound mind. Like no one sits around and says, yeah, like, you know, the elimination of someone. Like just like when he told Yes Jules in the studio that you'll be exiled. No one says this.
Sometimes you need to exile the babes, man.
He's
Exile
just
her,
so
man.
much. He's
Like,
so much.
Yeah, I just think that he's just added the corniness to it. Like, I don't mind if you just dropped the song and that's it. Like,
How do you feel
everyone
about the song?
that's dropped and they're not
take
talking.
away the antics, yeah, and him like sitting down with Justin LeBoy and having an interview. Just a song alone, dropping it of the song. How did you feel about the actual song?
I liked what they done to the beat.
Okay.
I wasn't that impressed by his verse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually didn't care. I was just like, I like that they added some more music to this absolute banger, because like that, for me, song of the year so far.
Slaps so severely.
And when I've been like putting the disses, I'm like, yeah, it's still the best one. Even though I love push ups, like that, it still rings off the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just obviously like the Kendrick verse is the talking
Yeah, of
point,
course.
but bro, like everything else is just as cold. As soon as it comes on, bro, I'm doing 5K more on the treadmill.
Okay.
In addition,
All right then.
Training for the marathon 2025.
I just like to say, I don't know what demons are chasing you guys out there. I feel like I see more and more people.
Everyone's running.
Complete the marathon or sign up to say I'm doing a marathon next year. Chris DeCapo, you better be doing a marathon next year, because you've been doing like 10Ks every week.
I think he signed up. I think he signed up. Yeah, I saw it in the story. Sebi's training for something that we don't know about.
I don't know what you're training for, but
I don't know what he's training for, but he's training.
He's training. The man is scaring me. Give us the memo.
I
Let
thought
us know
I
what's
was
happening.
training. He's training.
No, that's something else. What you're doing,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that's people's story. I'm like, he just did another 10K.
that's weird. Although that is on my list of things to do this year.
You're on it. I saw you were into the what were we talking about? Tough Mudder or one of the challenges?
No,
Yeah,
that as well, yeah.
That's your bag, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of just like a fitness babe now.
Oh, we saw you post on the gram. You see her showing back muscles and that.
Follow.
Looking shredded, boy.
I was actually
with the little.
I was getting messages like, "Rah, like Chrissy's back."
Oh, why people don't ever message me?
No, yeah, people always message us about you. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, please don't. But I think I'm just like a fitness babe now. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. It's just like, oh.
Are you going for the muscle mammy look? Is that what you're?
No, I think having the. I'm just gonna let him have that one.
No.
That was such an uncle question.
I've just happened
I'm an
to.
uncle, man. I have to embrace it. We're interrupting that.
Sorry.
Okay. The upper body strength has. I don't know where it's really come from, and
Right.
I so much love it because I've always told you guys like my arms are
Just there for decoration.
like, but now I'm so close to being able to do an unassisted pull up.
Oh yeah.
Love
so
that.
close,
Love
so
that.
close. That's like I want to do that and you'll be like,
I'm saying backless all summer.
Yeah, it was really backless, but now the back is really like.
Do you know what? This morning I saw Donny struggling to do push-ups.
Hey.
He
Good? You good?
Are you had a long?
Like, where did you go?
He looked at me like
No
I
way.
could save him.
push-ups. He was doing push-ups.
Okay.
And
Fair.
he was struggling, and I was like, you know what?
Everyone's got to start somewhere, don't man.
At the end of the day,
The days go.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
I was like, you know what?
I would never have smoke or diss anyone. The fact you're in here is already a step in it.
Yeah.
You might buck him next week or a couple of weeks. A man's just jumping out the gym. So
some man tried to give me. He didn't try to give me unsolicited advice. He gave me unsolicited advice in the gym, and I just looked at him like,
what was it? Like your form bad or something?
No. So I was on the chest fly, and he was like, "Oh wait. Are you done?" So I was like, "Oh yeah, you can have it." I feel so cool when someone asks me like, "Oh, how many sets do you have left?"
They're looking at her like she's really working out.
Nah, do you know what? When I'm like, I want to get this workout like done. Yeah, like I'm straight like bully mode.
I don't like people like that, man. The gym's for everyone, man.
How long you got?
Yeah,
I don't like that energy, but also don't like that people that act like you can't ask them how many sets you've got. Like, we're here to share the equipment, innit?
We are, but like I
on,
give the extra vim like when I see Donnie's on their phone and like just chilling for time.
yeah, that's
fair.
pet peeve.
That's fair.
So
they could be fighting for their life though.
They could be.
They need that little break.
They could be.
fight over there. Fight on the mats.
They could be. They could be. And like obviously, I consider that, but at the same time, I don't.
Move.
Just like how like drivers get frustrated when there's like a learner in front of them.
And if like
Like
you want to
you,
learn
like you weren't there before.
Yeah, but move also.
You get it, but also
This guy, so I finished on the chest fly, he said, "Are you done?" I said, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, come and sit down." So I'm like,
Did you sit down?
oh,
When did you start following instruction?
no, but
Did
it
you,
all
did you-
happened.
did you sit? You sat. Oh my god.
Let's get off this.
No,
God.
don't
Let's get
tell
off
me
this.
you're
Let's
listening
get
to
off
strangers
this.
in the gym.
Let's get
and when
off
me and Vans are
this.
speaking to you, or Vans and I are speaking to you, you're giving us chest.
But it just all took me by surprise because he said like, "Are you done?" I was thinking he wanted to use the machine.
Of course.
So it's like, "Oh, let me show you something.
that's a
Sit
fair
down."
assumption.
And then I was like, and then
you
he
sat-
showed me
you sat.
something really stupid, and I said, "Thank you."
he's trying to make convo.
Did he have decent pecs?
He wouldn't. Looking at him training, he isn't someone that I would go to for advice.
Okay.
He might be like one of them big dons that are mad strong, but they got a gut.
But wow, were you there? Because that sounds just like him.
Like like there's all different body types in the gym. Yeah,
You
and
go
when you
to
analyze,
you
you know.
see a PT, yeah, and it's gonna sound so nuts, yeah. That PT that's really out of that doesn't look like he has the aesthetic body. Is usually the PT that you want to train you because they have a wealth of knowledge. I've seen that
Okay, fair.
so many different times where like they're not a walking advert for being a PT.
Okay.
But the minute they give you a demo, open their mouth, they know what they're talking about.
No, this
They
guy
really studied.
trains in a sleeveless hoodie.
I've seen that in the gym.
Oh, LL Cool J vibe.
Yeah,
I've
and
seen
it's so scary.
Do you know what? Yeah, like
So
those
so
man are
scary.
usually like real hip hop.
Yeah.
Like those man
He's
that
got
wear like the
beads under his
sleeves.
hoodie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And then like the long shorts. It's just
Jorts.
very odd.
Well, 3/4 length vibes.
Somebody was wearing jorts in the gym.
That's hood attire.
Yeah, I don't know where you're training, bro. Just training in Summer Leighton. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
In the
but,
trenches.
Shout out Healthman, but we're gonna do Tough Mother this year. I actually need to look into that.
Okay. Yeah.
What's next, Fola?
No, we're still here with the
Yeah, we're
Kanye
still,
thing.
yeah, we're
Oh,
still
sorry.
here. There's like
So-
it's an extension of like right now the beef has been like obviously the main crux of discussion like
I was
for
saying
the
that to
past
Joe.
3
Like,
weeks.
we're just constantly. I don't know if I like this or not. Like, we're constantly coming to pod because and this beef is on the agenda.
Well, the thing is that like obviously it's a back and forth, innit?
Yeah.
Like which is not common. Like we don't get it of this
I
magnitude.
think what it is because there's so many people involved. That's why it's stretching out so much.
and it's them, man.
Yeah. And it's
Do you know what I'm
it's the
saying?
top
Like,
guys. Yeah.
If it was like that only certain man know, like then
Yeah, I know what you mean.
it wouldn't really be like the main topic of discussion because it's them, man, and Drake doing a whole 20v1 thing, and he's managed to drop 2 disses now.
And Kendrick hasn't responded. How do you feel about Kendrick not responding? Up until this point, you could.
Kendrick needs to respond 100%.
Yeah.
You think time's up now?
I don't think time's up. People
You
are
think it's
saying it's definitely time, and people are saying that like he's rumored to drop an album next month,
Okay.
in which he may drop then like as part of the rollout.
Okay.
Like how he usually does the heart part before he drops the album. If the next heart part is going to be a straight shot it needs to be aggressive.
But then how do you look at that from a standpoint of anyone that's on the Drake side of the argument going, oh look, man are kind of doing this for the attention, also to kind of boost their numbers. How do you look at that argument? Because if I'm on the Drake side of things, I'm going raw. So I clearly showed, or at least the narratives I'm trying to engage in it. Some people don't like the whole time thing and when you should respond, but the fact you're doing it in coincide with your album, same way, you know, Kendrick's verse was on the Future album. The album's good on its own, but adding that on there is a major talking point, and it's gonna add more eyes and ears to the album. If Kendrick is doing that as part of his rollout, is it kind of looking at, bro, it proves my point. This thing ain't really real. Man are trying to use me to come up, which sounds nuts because Kendrick isn't some meaty rapper or someone that hasn't got a fan base, but that's what people on the Drake side of things will say.
I guess, but you know, like you also need to understand that Kendrick is also a global artist that does arena tours everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that like these man like Drake, whenever he drops, it's business anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess like if Kendrick wants to make it coincide with his album, that would increase for business, for his own imprint. There's just like a lot more at stake. He might just be thinking as like, you know, the head of his label now, whereas opposed like when he was on TDE, he was an artist where he couldn't say go.
And they might say, you know what, don't want to ruin relationships and certain things. Oh yeah, I see that angle.
But at the end of the day, like I still need him to drop. If it was me, I'll be like, fuck the album, drop now, and then the album is still gonna be the album. I think there's a risk.
Yeah, there is a risk, but I think he gets a bit of a blight because all the other noise surrounding it hasn't lived up to the like that moment like I was saying earlier about that still being a standout song out of all the diss tracks. And Drake dropped the tailor-made freestyle across the weekend.
Yes.
With the AI, so we got, you know, Drake-inspired Tupac, Snoop Dogg vocals.
I think it's a good sequel, especially like how everyone was like, the first one's AI.
Yeah.
So using AI in the second one, it's not bad, but like, you know, I wasn't moved by it.
I didn't think it landed like that.
I wasn't moved.
You're using West Coast legends, you know.
Someone that's still alive, like, that, you know, allegedly claims to not have known anything about it.
Oh, that's sticky.
He knew.
But, you know, like, the political ties or the political connects to the West Coast and Kendrick, you can't outrightly say that, like, yeah, you knew.
Okay.
No, of course, because it makes you look away because like you're meant to bang for home team.
Yeah, and you've got the relationships. You know, Dre's your dog, and Dre has a relationship with Kendrick. Like, you know, it's like a trickle down effect. So,
of course,
and you wear the West Coast on your map.
The second half of it, where it's just Drake rapping in his voice, I like that.
Yeah, like
spicy. I'm here for it.
It's like a continuation of the Snoop verse.
Yeah.
And then he goes in to say what, like, it's not like Drake's still rapping well, and obviously he has to like cosplay these man, like, for them to, you know, like he has to kind of adopt their thing, but like in Drake's words, which is cool, like from a technical standpoint, but like again, that this didn't necessarily move me. Like I heard it 2 or 3 times and I never went back to it.
I think also what hurts it is because the last time you see him do that, he did back to back. So you're kind of rightly or wrongly
charged up and then back to back.
Yeah, you're expecting that type of vibe again. Well, okay, cool. Donny didn't respond. Let me hit him again. And it wasn't a knockout punch that back to back was. And I mean that's actually given. Even though like I don't know, for the sake of an argument, I will be like, yeah, there is a time. But because I just want to see them engage, I actually don't really care that much. And historically, there's never been this time element, like this whole like responding in this, like people have always done like responses on whether it's a time period when an artist is mainstream and out there like Independent 50 with the mixtapes or Jay-Z with his albums, whether it's a full track, whether it's subliminal. There was gaps between Ether and Takeover and Super Ugly. Like even in the UK there was gaps between Chip and Bugs' responses. Like there are always gaps.
Yeah, because we had to wait back then. We like how we consumed music back in 2002, 2001.
So
it's a lot different. Yeah. Like even just like
They didn't have DSPs there, and you can't upload like that.
We couldn't even go and watch YouTube when we wanted to see the video that we wanted to see. We had to wait for it to come in rotation
the box
on the music channels. Like when these artists dropped, we had to go and buy or illegally download whatever. But like it wasn't the same at the same frequency. Like music is just going fast. Like so. And now Drake kind of did it with, Charged Up and back to back. Like I waited 4 days, nigga, where y'all at? Like, so he's doing he's applying pressure and he's almost like begging like for Kendrick to drop like what you've got. Let me see what you've got.
But I think that's been interpreted as you're desperate a little bit to some people because it's like, this guy's actually not engaging with me. I'm kind of shook actually because I can't really go where I want to go because the snippet that's played at the end of Push-Ups where I try to keep it PG. Sounds like that's going to be the one, innit? Mm-hmm. Potentially, innit? Mm-hmm. But I can't really drop that until you drop. So that's it's actually like it's actually on Kendrick's time. So even though Drake has done what he's done, the fact Kendrick hasn't said anything like.
Are you doing the Kendrick Stan thing where they're like, oh yeah, silence is golden, silence is key.
I don't like that.
You've won through the silence.
No, I don't like that. You know, with this whole thing, the bias has ruined it from like a debating point of view, a conversation 100%. Point of view.
As a neutral,
I just want to see the fight.
Yeah, as someone that loves both of them as artists and rappers, like it's frustrating to watch like how people are moving.
And I don't even want to do it, but like, there's a lot of stuff that happens with other people that they wouldn't let Drake get away with. I still stand on that J. Cole thing is nuts, bro. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's why Kanye saying what he said hits home, bro. Because when he was on Come Through and Chill, what was J. Cole saying?
Talking about police brutality.
I'm trying to get you to come over to the Netflix and thrill. And like, if there's anyone that's going to dry up the coochie, it's going to be.
Oh. Yeah, there weren't even like no handcuff innuendos since you want to talk about police.
Yeah. Like, let's get kinky, man.
Like, come on, dog.
Let me show you my baton. No? Too kinky?
It was a bad day for Don's with dreadlocks.
Chill out.
I'm associating that shit. Sorry.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't associate our downfall with J. Cole. But one thing I am enjoying, though, is like the people that you wouldn't expect to be like real hip-hop is the R&B dons, man. R&B is back. At the center of it all, it's women.
Yeah, it's not women. It's men being weak.
No, it's women.
It's men being weak. It's men falling victim to their desires.
I feel like the flesh is weak, so it's not like exclusive to gender.
We're talking about men here.
Stay focused.
Yeah, it's the men.
I don't agree with her, but
it's the men.
Men being weak.
Mm-hmm.
So we day.
The
sweetest.
I hear it.
I started the pod by playing a Chris Brown and Migos song.
Messy.
That's
messy.
I mean,
they were once friends.
At a time. Yeah. At one time, I mean, like, this goes to show you, these niggas ain't friends. They're colleagues.
Barely.
No, but I think because it's interaction, I think this actually shows they were friends.
Yeah.
Which is why we're getting this back and forth. So I think
Offset was in jail at the time, so.
Yeah. The first song was, what came before the song Tender? Because Quavo dropped a song called Tender. What happened before? I think was that in response to, because Chris Brown's called him out a few times on these celebrity basketball things.
Yeah, so
Quavo, get your bitch ass out here.
Yeah, so I think that was
what's Tender in response to? Because there wasn't this. Chris Brown didn't drop a diss track before that.
Chris Brown dropped a diss. I think I spoke about it.
On the
11/11 Deluxe.
Sorry. He didn't drop a full track.
So yeah, he had a couple lines for Quavo on the song called Freak, featuring Lil Wayne, Joyner Lucas, and T Grizzly. Right,
that's a hilarious lineup.
He had a couple lines for Quavo. And obviously, like, most recently, like, we saw them sitting together at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
But it was business, innit?
It was
Do
frosty.
you know what I'm saying? They didn't want to fuck up the money, as they were saying. So since then, obviously, like, that whole thing got brought onto the internet, which I think instigated this whole thing back up again.
Yeah.
Because obviously people are seeing, like, oh, like, they're sitting next to each other at Paris Fashion Week. So people were like, "Oh yeah, nah, like they pieced it up. That's good to see. Like they pieced up black men." Woo.
They love that one.
Chris Brown was like, "Nah, nah,
not around these parts.
not over here. We ain't pieced up nothing. I just don't want to fuck the money up. Like this is business.
Yeah,
this is business. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, start scrapping in Paris?
And if I want to beat you up, I can wait.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
If I'm really onto you, what did Stormzy say on the song of Headie one about it's not always about on site.
Yeah. Just wait and see.
Just wait and see, man.
Yeah.
Just wait on it, man. Trust me, you'll enjoy it more when I catch you later. No one's there.
So obviously, like, I'm just speculating here. Like, obviously, that was doing the rounds on social media.
Yeah, of course.
And it was around the time where Chris is recording, like, to drop a deluxe. So, hey, might get these lines.
And to be fair,
just to be frank.
No
ocean.
No ocean.
Just to be frank.
This is what prompted Quavo to do Tender.
Yeah. Now calling a man tender is hilarious. What did Jay Prince say? He a tender dick.
Tended that.
Calling someone tender dick.
It's so.
I don't even know if I even like it.
It's just. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. Saying the women rule you, man. Like.
Well.
And I wasn't mad at Quavo's tender. I was like, okay, cool, fair. But then Chris Brown responded with weakest link, man. Like
aggression.
Bro, he did.
He wants to box him
He
up.
was spitting on Who Wants Smoke. Like, and the
people were like, oh, I didn't know Chris Brown could rap.
The cover art.
And I was like,
that's very
really?
crazy. Goblin a glizzy.
Now, how else are you meant to eat a hot dog? Like,
wow.
It's true, man. Like, you lot like need to chill out with that.
Who's you lot?
No, in their defense, it's where the problem in it.
Yeah.
It's because I'm being extra mature. Remember,
Right,
this is a grown pod.
Oh.
It's a grown pod.
It's a grown pod.
Okay.
If you want to eat a hot dog, eat a hot dog. Because I need
like man are breaking their hot dogs in parts.
Man are breaking bananas. Man are eating nuts like this.
Sorry?
That's very crazy, but okay.
Jokes. Have you seen the video where the daddy's eating a banana off and he's like, he breaks in pieces.
Looking around like before he eats it.
Come on,
like,
are we that like homophobic? Can't even eat a banana, just chill out.
That's, like, be for real.
It's funny at times, but I'm like, you know,
like, calm down.
After a little bit, the joke goes too far. I'm just like,
but like, you know, in America, like, that's a major insult. Like, you know how we say suck your mum is a mad insult. Like, suck my dick is, or suck a dick.
Yeah,
eat a bag of dicks. From Winning Time, you need to watch that. He was so angry. He was so angry.
Told a man to eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, the
that's
cover
funny.
art is nuts. If I'm Quavo, if culturally, if that's a big, you're.
But like, if I was pictured eating a hot dog, like, it's not gonna bruise my ego.
But it's the jokes, like you're saying, if them being pictured or video together beside each other at Fashion Week creates a conversation. It's not about how you feel. It's about how everybody else feels and how they talk about
it. Social media.
I don't care no matter how
part.
grown you are, man, woman, whatever. It can affect you, and it does. So I think there's that element to it. And from an art of war standpoint, you're just trying to embarrass the person.
Yeah, it's true.
So you release Tender, I release Weakest Link, and the lines that stand out to me were when he says, basically people are saying it shouldn't have been Takeoff, it should have been Quavo.
God.
Now, I've grown up on diss tracks being lethal, disrespectful. I didn't even like how some people responded to that, because one, it's not even that brazy in comparison to some stuff I heard, but that's my bias. Two, it's actually not inaccurate. Because if you remember the mood online and the stories that were coming out about the dice game and what happened in there about allegedly Quavo being the one that lost his rag, whatever, and in the end, Takeoff was the one that had to go. So people did actually feel like that. People actually, so it's actually accurate. It's not nice thing to say to him, but it's actually accurate from what people were saying online at the time. So,
yeah, I mean, like,
Chris Brown was direct.
Yeah, it was direct, and obviously that one is gonna hit hard. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially like, with that's like someone that you've created like a legendary rap group with, and that's your family.
Yeah.
And you watched him die in front of you.
Yeah.
So
low blow.
Even though Chris may be echoing like, you know, from certain parts of social media, what they were saying, it's still like enough to get man to retaliate.
And the voice, the recording of him saying, "I don't want any smoke with you,"
So
like apologizing.
is that actually him?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It sounds
Fair.
like him for sure. For the argument, we'll say it's him, but it doesn't even matter if it's not. We believe it is.
Okay, agenda.
You know, and if you're being aggressive with me on songs, but behind the scenes, I have voice recordings of you apologizing,
So shy.
bending the knee and kissing the ring, and saying, "I don't want any smoke with you."
Yeah, you might have to just
I'm body
sit
popping
down.
all the way to the back. No, you know what
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah, I'm with you all the way, Fola, all the way.
Let's have a dance off.
Yeah, I agree. Lots to be happy about.
It's so funny watching those guys being the aggressors. 'Cause I remember the story of Chris Brown and Drake and their camps throwing bottles at each other in the club. You know, taking the whole bottle war to a whole new meaning.
Over Rihanna.
Because someone sent someone a note saying, "I'm fucking in love with your life. Get over it." Oh, is this what the internet says?
Wait, someone sent.
I
to
believe
who?
it was from Drake's camp. They sent a note with a bottle, like special delivery.
That's crazy.
Special delivery.
We have to
That's
get Game of
crazy.
Thrones up in this bitch. If
Is
you
that
want to
where-
deliver bottles with notes in it.
Yeah.
Is that where Drake was pictured throwing money outside the club?
Nah,
Acting
that was
like
a
he was going to
different.
do something.
Yeah, that was,
Do you know what I'm
that was
talking
a different
about?
occasion.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
Where the
always
security
giving me
were
the
holding him
ick.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and he just dashes the money. Sir, where are you going? Sit down,
And they had
Aubrey.
like a long-standing beef, and they had the song where they did the video together. What was that tune again? When they doing the choreography? Is that like
Oh, no guidance.
no guidance? Yeah.
Yeah, they had pieced it up then.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
at
I
that point,
remember
obviously,
Yeah.
Rihanna's moved on, so they're both just there single.
Yeah, just, you know, the Beige Brothers like started to both
Okay.
go at her.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got Weakest Link, and then in response, Quavo dropped another diss with Takeoff on there using his vocals.
Hey,
as
hold
well.
on. Screw it back.
Go on, sorry.
Obviously, Chris in that diss was also claiming to have slept with
Saweetie.
He didn't put a name.
Whilst-
He just said,
But, you know, we know who we're talking
the
about. So
story,
obviously, like, he's saying all of that, yeah. So obviously now you were saying that Quavo dropped a response.
but we can stay there though, because I want Chrissy's input for this, though, innit? Because how do you feel about the man them? Because that's essentially pillow talking.
Right.
Because because I think the part of the fallout is Chris was with Crucci for a long time.
Yes.
And I think Quavo ended up dating her afterwards, and
Chris didn't like it.
Chris didn't like that, obviously. So that's a major part of the issue.
But why?
Men have ownership of babes, and also if we from perception wise generally were friends, because he said some really complimentary things about them in the press, like how he really rates the Migos, he really fucks with them.
Okay.
He went out, he said, I went out using my own money, bought your albums. You know, we get a lot of, like, speaking about game face and code switching, we get a lot of fist bump and needle emojis on the ground. Everyone acts like they're brothers, but there was a time it did feel like
Needles,
the Migos and Chris
blood.
Brown were actually very, very cool. And he's spoken to that as well. So
Fine.
if that is the case,
It's a
and
bit-
you go
it's a
and
bit
end up-
wayward,
like,
yeah.
one of my concubine is fine.
Oh.
Not my babe.
The one that I'm screaming
life.
on the track.
Crucci!
I'm going to court over this.
That man was harassing her outside of the club.
And then
Yeah, he
to
was
that point
harassing
as
her,
well,
yeah.
if he's going to those lengths with her, you can see, even though I don't agree with it, because let's say for argument's sake, he did.
Remember the clip I played like a couple pods ago?
Oh, when he says it's like you're kind of like you're married to death row. Like if you're with me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck your life, with me forever type of vibe.
Yeah, you're with me forever.
So if that's what he's saying out loud, and then you go and date the woman that he feels about that way too, there's gonna be some discomfort there, innit? To
Okay.
say the least.
Yeah.
Innit? So I'm just setting the scene.
But
there,
don't
innit?
have a domestic off like in your disses.
It's true.
Yeah, but
Like,
you're
let's
saying
raise
like,
the bar.
so you started dating my ex, but I
Like, say
slept with your babe while she was with her. Proxy wars. The war is fought between the women.
No, but they're having like a, oh yeah, like, you know, I saw what you did in the elevator. Oh yeah, but like, you know, but you did this. Like they're having a
Yeah.
domestic abuse off.
Yeah,
It's
Chris
a bit
Brown can't really
like-
go at anybody
you
about
can't.
putting hands on women
You can't.
when he's had his history with Rihanna. And not to defend Quavo.
And harassment
there is
charges
a difference
with Karuchi.
between
God.
that video in the elevator with him and
Saweetie.
and what happened with Chris and Rihanna. I think there is
Yeah,
a difference.
I agree.
Not even excusing that behavior, but I think there is a difference. You know, because if you've seen the footage I'm talking about, there's
Was
definitely a
it
difference.
she took allegedly
They were
she
just-
took his phone
Yeah, they were just fighting over like
Xbox
something.
and that's what was in the bag apparently.
Yeah,
His phone and his Xbox.
And they just tossed
Still
it.
wrong.
Yeah. So how do you feel about men pillow talking or like, you know, speaking on vagina that they've allegedly like had the pleasure of enjoying? Because we didn't know this. So let's say that's the angle that he slept with Sweetie, but if anyone should tell us, it should be her or one of the girls, no? Saucy Santana should come out on live and tell us. It shouldn't be Chris Brown to tell us that he slept with Sweetie.
It's tough because in all's fair in Love and War and rap. So it's not right, but I understand. Like just like you said, that's a way for me to get at you, because if this is the first time he's hearing this information, you know he's actually vomiting blood. You're actually being sick. If this is the first, you didn't have an idea, or worse, if he suspected it and she was like, no, nothing happened, and now
I just went there for choreography.
This is what you're hearing.
I don't need nothing but ladies calling.
This is what you're hearing live on the airwaves, and now your boys are calling
they keep
you.
coming from wall to wall.
What fucking was your babe? What, you know, Chris Brown and that.
Like, on my lips.
Are you good?
That's a song.
You know what it is? I just want you to do ad-libs for the rest of the pod. that's what I want from you.
Don't resort me to
no. But if there was a good to do the ad-libs,
but these are the songs, bro. These are their lyrics.
Yeah, it's a bit mad, but also don't put her business out like that.
Yeah.
But also,
this might be good for her because what's the song that she's got a song coming out? So I'm trying to get you hot as well.
Do you know what though? Do you know what though?
I love a wicked woman.
Though? What I'm about to say, is obviously in response to Quavo's response to Chris.
Sorry, one more time.
In response to
Sweetie's response.
Yeah.
In response to Quavo's response to Chris.
Okay, yeah. Go on.
Her fine, pretty bird-like self decided to post a screenshot of Quavo messaging her in the past. And I'm like, I'm not saying anything like inaccurate here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Because he's
turn a model into a Sweetie.
Yeah. But if I'm her, I think that she's looking at like, I'm me regardless. Because you know, like, a lot of these women, like, I don't know Karuchi before Chris Brown. But a lot of these women feel like, I was me already. I was already lit.
But I'm not trying to be balanced right now.
Okay, sorry.
I'm speaking like as a man, yeah. I said what I said.
Yeah.
You're still buff. I'm still going to message you. Like, what the hell do you think?
Everyone's got pride and ego. Just like,
what the hell do you think?
Basically what you're saying is I can just go and get another babe and make her hot as well. She's like, right,
go and message her then.
I'm me already. And what I find hilarious is Chris Brown had some brazy allegations he made in his song, but he didn't address that.
Bruv.
You just addressed the Quavo.
And this is why I called her a bird.
Okay. Go and cook, man. I'll do the ad-libs.
Because it's like, like... There's a Donny that like you was not even with.
Yeah.
You never told this man that you love him, but you're letting him get his shit off. But you're posting our shit.
But also remember, okay, Chris Brown can dance. He can rap. He can sing. I've seen him play basketball. I'm quite confident he can fight. And he's doing all of this on the cocaine. So do you want to play with a guy like that? Because if she does the screenshot game with him, to the point was making with Chrissy, she said it's all fair in love, rap, and war. Donny might release his own screenshots and be like, "Here's a picture of you in my bed with me," like,
and it's all over. And then it's actually just all
because what saves a lot of women sometimes is men have a lot of shame in it. But some guys don't care.
Yeah.
Because he won't care about being called a chatty patty. If let's say she addressed him, it's like, cool, kill two birds in one stone. I address you and call cap on what you're saying, and I get to embarrass Quavo more as well.
Bro, you blow her back out well enough, yeah. You're both exchanging tea. You're relaxing in that bed. Just
I will be honest. That's why for the audio listeners, people at home, Chrissy's scratching her head. When women like you enough, they just start volunteering information, bro.
I'm provoked.
I'm thinking like, I didn't even work for this. Just telling me stuff.
That's what I heard though. Anyway.
Yeah, through the grapevine.
Yeah.
Wall to wall. No.
Yeah.
You are very silly. You're very silly.
I'm with Vans though. Yeah. Not trying to be too balanced. It is bird behavior, and I think that's also killed the art of dialogue with men and women online because Donnies don't want to get caught in a screenshot.
It's true.
You see, guys, they're in the DM, and it's quite like this could be like a conversation with their boys. They don't want to say anything
from
too
both
flagrant,
parts.
because act like you've been there before, babes. Why are you screenshotting, man?
It's true. Like, you've never received a DM before.
Yeah, and it's obviously somebody like you're.
It's your first time, huh?
So uncouth. Like, act like you've been here before.
Drawing the line in sand, though, who do you think, if we're acknowledging the war or the back and forth, who's winning the exchange currently?
I
the
think
two of them.
Sweetie, because apparently...
Well, Sweetie, even though she's not dissing no one.
Hold on. I think Sweetie because apparently she fucked Takeoff's cousin. Offset, sorry. Apparently she slept with Offset.
Oh, yeah, she
and
did.
Little Baby and Chris Brown. All of your ops. I hear it.
Yeah, Quavo was vomiting.
I hear it. I actually hear it. So
Well,
she's my winner.
I heard him scream, "Mama!" since.
It's Papa.
She is my winner.
Why is that like a win?
I love that because she has passed all of these men around and she's not a baby, not a baby
Look at the women
mother.
of today.
That's the narrative.
She's not a baby mother as well.
Look at the women of today.
She's got Birkins being bought for her, and I'm not saying that is the standard, but typically it's men indulging in that kind of behaviour, and she's managed to escape scot-free with no child, and like
she obviously is this good management of the coochie
control. I love to hear it.
Okay,
so yeah, shout out her. That's my winner.
She's moving like the Thanos of Atlanta.
collecting
all the
niggas down.
Yeah, and eating like all these burgers with different things in it.
I genuinely don't understand how that babe doesn't have like gastrointestinal distress every single day.
Whoa.
The stuff that she eats.
But that's American in general. Their diet's crazy.
So scary. Not a vegetable in sight.
I feel like though, like it's not every day that she posts those kind of things, so she doesn't eat that all the time.
See, now you're trying to be balanced. You're trying to say,
like, no, she's good. Like, she doesn't do that. Even so, I get that you won't eat like that every day, but just some of the stuff that I've seen her eat, I'm just like, oh, that was a choice. But shout out to you. Who's your winner?
Chris is winning.
Okay.
But I didn't like he did like the little screenshot, like, you know, like response online saying, Takeoff's better rapper. He basically moving like he doesn't need to respond to that.
I feel like he said that, no?
Yeah, Quavo's "This Wasn't Meaty," the most recent one.
A lot of people were gunning for Quavo, and I was like, this is actually a good response. I like it. Good
response. Obviously, Chris mentioned Takeoff, so you know Quavo drew for that, and it's cool. I do want to see Quavo stand alone in that. I want to see where Offset stands in all of this as well. If they're going to do the, let's all jump in, but I don't know if he wants to get in the middle of that as well. So, but
hey, he's the flow father in Amigos.
He is. Him and Chris Brown can have a dance off, and that they both like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and I think like
chains.
Offset can rap as well.
He can rap, man. He can rap.
Quavo, it's not like Quavo can't rap. The thing is that his style is just different, and what made this enjoyable for me as well, is the ad libs. So like when he was talking about like the Dons like kidnapping Chris's auntie
because he didn't pay the fee,
he was like auntie.
So ridiculous.
I was
if those things are true, listen, these people, they all know a lot about each other, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like and it's been public information that like them man were like robbing Chris.
We call him Christopher Brown for a reason, bro.
Chris was being robbed. He was like the robber or the robbie.
He's one of the people that like people say he jumped on the whole gang affiliation late in life, and there is like friendly extortion. You want to move around those LA circles, you're gonna have to pay the toll.
Yeah, certain things are gonna go missing from your house if you don't get this payment.
Yeah, and if they're saying tied up his auntie,
it's
crazy, man. So there's no more mama.
Okay. You lot are ridiculous.
We started the major part of this conversation when we introed this pod, speaking about the workplace and code switching, and whilst on the topic of work, something that may be affecting a lot of people in the workforce, Rishi Sunak has unveiled some potential plans.
It's a growing pod for real, boy.
Yeah, it's a nice growing pod.
I hear it.
We're grown, bro.
Yeah, we are.
We've got to act our age on our way sometimes.
It's true.
Yep.
A lot of people utilize being signed off sick from work, And if he has his way, that will become harder, if not null and void. Did you guys see that in the news cycle?
I did, yes.
And what are your thoughts?
What a useless man.
Okay.
There are so many other issues that we need to tackle in this country, and that's where he decides to start. Okay.
Yeah.
But also, they genuinely want us dead, because between this between increasing the pension age or retirement age and this, you're saying people who need to work for longer but are less able to like take the rest they need if they're ill.
Yeah.
You want people to die. There's no other logical explanation.
I read out. So GPs will soon be stripped of the ability to sign people off work as part of a major government initiative to crack down on sick note culture, which is in quotation marks. Rishi Sunak says people should stop over-medicalising the everyday challenges and worries of life.
What a sick and depraved human being. Over-medicalising the challenges of everyday life. The fact that the waiting lists are years long on the NHS. The fact that the cost of living is so high, people cannot afford to heat their homes, therefore are becoming more ill. If you then stop allowing people to take the time off that they need, again, it just comes back to people dying.
What politicians tend to do as well is that, like, when they come out with these type of statements, they try to dress it up with statistics. And I think what he tried to do was, like, he brought up the percentage of what it was like in, let's say,
what, pre-COVID or something?
Yeah, like 2012, 2011 to today's percentage. But you're also ignoring a lot of factors. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the economic structure wasn't the same back then in the way that it is now. Like, there are a lot more pressures in society. Inflation, like, we're in a recession. We're being overworked and underpaid. Like, these are
if there's a time to be stressed.
If there is a time to be stressed, it's now. Do you know what I'm saying? And, like, you're not going to brush that aside because, like, you know, what we tend to ignore is that stress is also a silent killer.
Yeah. Do
you know what I'm saying? Like, so when people are feeling overwhelmed, overworked and underpaid, like, you know, there's a lot more people living check to check than ever before. And these are the things that they won't highlight. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't match their agenda. Like, I think it's irresponsible. And, like, you know, again, I don't know what the public are on, because, like, we've been under this political party for so long to the point where it's crippling the country in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Well, culturally in this country, we've always been under conservative rule. Like, it's like historically, like they are generally quite like the ruling party. You'll have breaks and stuff.
Of course. And this is like the nature of this country, because, like, I know that people who are affected are probably going to agree with Rishi, which is, like, mind-boggling to me.
Do you know, I'm sure there'll be an argument for the business owners, because I don't know how accurate these numbers are, but I'm just going to read from the...
Of course, business owners are going to be like, be 100% with
it. But it's like, if I can find it, apologies, let me pull it up again. When I was reading the article, what did the guy say here? Okay, so the speech comes a month after Work and Pension Secretary Mel Stride faced criticism for an interview in which he said there was a real risk that the normal ups and downs of human life were being labelled as medical conditions, which then held people back from working. Mr. Stride told LBC Radio this morning, if you look at issues like long-term sickness, disability, and you add up all the costs of all the benefits there, you get about 69 billion. So I don't know who's doing those calculations, but they look at it's all about money.
Yeah, 100.
So the most worrying aspect of all of this is the increased cost going forward. So all the forecasts are for these benefits to be skyrocketing upwards in time, and that is something that we must address. Enough is enough on that is my only message. So
even
they've always done cuts, innit, to the public sector. So they're looking at more ways to how can we keep, because already culturally there's been a shift, like post-COVID. It feels like COVID an age ago. A lot of companies and businesses people are phasing back to work, whether that's 2, 3, 4 days. Some people trying to do the 5 days. They're trying to get back to whatever was normalcy before that, and also trying to address this thing where they feel like people are either taking advantage of the system. I don't know how true that is, But that's the mood and the feeling. If you can put that out there as, you know, we'll have a ruling party have a lot of expensive scandals, but let the mainstream media tell it. The real issue is immigrants and benefits scroungers. Now, I may need to go and get the facts and the figures and actually put them alongside each other and look at the level of corruption potentially, allegedly in Westminster in comparison to like benefits cheats and see how those match up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then you can actually see who's.
They're not going to want to bring those figures up.
No.
They're not going to want to bring those figures up. Like, and it's only because like we know, like that. We know that there are a lot of hard workers out there. Yeah, and obviously there are going to be fraudulent ones. Like it's just with you
always get someone that's going to try and bend the rules,
even from a higher level, like which them man can understand.
Yeah,
do you get it? But they have to take action in a way. But I just feel like when they roll out these policies, I don't think it's well thought out.
No, absolutely not.
No, I think it's like potential distraction tactic. Also, we probably have an election coming up soon as well. So it's just you're trying to find like small. I forget
small
the word.
Wins,
is it small wins or singular issues? You know, for a certain type of voter to appeal to you, innit? So if you're the ruling party, the party of money, you kind of want the business owners on side. This type of initiative lends to a business owner.
Yeah.
Or people that hold senior positions in a corporate setting, because you want an engaged, available workforce as much as possible.
They never have this type of energy to tackle child poverty in this country. No. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the bottom of the food chain society in this country. Like, we're seeing more homeless people than ever before.
Yeah. And they're doing nothing. Even at the start of COVID, Boris Johnson looked us in our eye and said, many of your loved ones will die.
Firm that.
From there, you could tell that they didn't care. Excuse me, they didn't care about us. So do they really think that from COVID alone, we know that the NHS was already stretched, but do they not feel that from COVID alone, there are millions of people who are living with like long-term, like long COVID and just long-term illnesses as a result of COVID? Like, did you think that's not going to happen? But this is a really easy way for them to be able to avoid tackling those issues. And it's like, okay, this is where all the money's going. It's people that are like scrounging off whatever, but there's always been a scrounger, if you know what I mean. Any way they try to it's just the way that they phrase it is different, because there's always something that they're cutting because of something else, whereas in actual fact you people are mismanaging resources, giving contracts to your mates. There's millions in the were they PPE? No, what were those loans called?
PPE. PPE loans?
No, the PPE, whatever those loans were. Where's all of that money? Your friends that you were giving the track and trace app.
Atmosphere.
Where did all of that money, billions of pounds for track and trace app that never really took off? Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Put it this way.
I read something
Get your
actually
signal
in
in now,
regards
man.
to something like that.
It's your bag.
Hang on. What was it? So I think someone had tweeted that why does nobody ever bring up all the COVID money Rishi Sunak's wife's companies took, which then mysteriously went bankrupt? And there was an article, COVID startup fund under Rishi Sunak invested $2.4 million into firms linked to his wife. So it's all disappeared kind of thing.
Where is the money?
Atmosphere, man. You're just going to see once people come out of political office, just see where their life goes and how much money they make. And, you know, so, because you've got all the connections, you've got the access, you're in those powerful rooms, you're in, you know, in cahoots with business owners and stuff. So there's a lot going on. It's just that I just don't think like the average voter cares that much. I mean, that's the shit thing, but I do understand why, because if your life is, if you're living, like I said, check to check, and you're dealing with some more serious issues in the home, you can be apathetic to what's going on.
Yeah.
And it just means
you might not even be in the know.
People that make a change are the people that aren't engaged politically. The people that engage politically will keep certain people in power because it's for their interest. So That's why it's a shame. But
What is that? Am I bugging? Like, is
No.
there a doorbell or something?
Yeah.
oh my days! But I just thought it was just.
So
And it took you that long?
Do you think it's a technical thing in the
No,
background?
like I was just ignoring it in the background, isn't it? Like, but I was just like, someone's actually pressing that button.
Yeah.
Like he wants, they want to come in.
Sorry to them.
Gonna have to wait on it. Just wait on it. Before we get out of here, though, I think there's been a lot of music.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had all the disses. I don't know what you guys have been listening to. I want to at some point. I'm gonna get around to it, just from a point of having to be able to have a conversation. I will listen to Taylor Swift one day, but you can't ignore her numbers.
Yes, that is true.
She's done a massive, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you have to listen.
No, I just want to. I want to either understand the hype or be able to shit on it completely. Because right now I can't give an informed opinion.
I just feel like she's at the highest point of her career. Obviously, like she's always kind of been winning. She's always been doing astronomical numbers.
Yeah.
As
This thing's different. This is mad.
As like, you know, the number one pop artist in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so what she projected to do, like what, 2.3 first week?
That's crazy.
2.3 million in the first
It might
week.
even go up. Like
That
by the
is
time
insane.
this podcast comes out.
That is insane. And obviously, like, you got to think about it like in streaming terms as well. Like, it's probably equivalent to, like, you know, when Usher did 1 million in the first week of Confessions dropping.
Talking about Drake and numbers and that, because this is things crazy, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of physical copies, or like when Eminem was doing those numbers, like, and hitting more or less the same number on the second week. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like, she is very prominent. She has a concert that's currently streaming on Disney Plus, which I've watched.
Okay, is she independent?
No, she can't be.
I've got like a license.
I think she does have like a major probably distributing her, but like she had to get out of her deal with Scooter Braun.
Yeah, because he owned the
He
master
owned a
catalog.
lot. Yeah, so she had to re-record.
Oh, is
like,
that what all those Taylor's versions are?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's why she's got so much music on the streaming platform. She had to go back and because Joe had to do
Re-record,
that some years back as well. So
yeah, a lot of artists of today, like the past, are doing that as well.
but it doesn't always hit though, because your voice doesn't always sound the same.
Their voice don't sound the same, and they don't necessarily have all the best resources that they had when they were on a major.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
So it says here, in 2019, Taylor parted ways from her original label, Big Machine Label Group, and signed a deal with Republic Records,
Yeah,
whoever they are.
yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. Some of her wouldn't be all the way independent, but
Impossible.
she's probably got one of the most favourable deals out there. As a
like
front runner.
she's in bed with everyone.
Okay,
Like contractually, like because
clean that one up.
of like what she pulls in. Like you saw how the NFL were pandering towards
Goodness
her,
me.
like when Usher was like, you know, the act of the halftime show, but it was a lot to do with Taylor Swift being there, dating you know, a Super Bowl champion. Like it was just one of those kind of things. So she is major, and whenever she drops, like, everyone has to step aside.
Forbes has put her at a net worth of 1.1 billion, which is insane.
That's why Drake made the
insane.
freestyle called Taylor Made Freestyle, because that's what he's basically saying to Kendrick, that she's your boss. You didn't want to drop this week, you had to move stuff aside because she dropped.
Well,
but he always had to acknowledge himself that he did.
Yeah, on
push
Red
his
Button he
thing.
says it. Yeah,
he did push his stuff back as well because of her, like, you know. But
the game's the game.
I don't call her a nigga though, as a Jewish man.
yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about that as well one day.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, there's been
I referenced Stormzy earlier. Stormzy and Headie won.
Yes. Cry No More featuring Tay Keith.
Yes.
Tay Keith on a production.
These niggas up.
Headie 1 is due to drop his album when? It should be coming soon.
If you're dropping a song with Stormzy, that's probably one of the leads.
Yeah, the album
you're dropping soon.
coming in June the 14th. It's called The Last One.
14th of June.
Okay.
Yeah, so Martin Sofa was the first single for the album.
But Martin
Are you sure?
Sofa was the first track for this album dropping
This
in June.
album.
Yes,
Okay.
it's going to be on the album.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Because it was a single, like he hasn't dropped a project, like.
I know, it was just so long
ages.
ago.
I was like,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, Chris, I was thinking when Martin Sofa came out, was There's
a last year
around them times.
It was last year.
I have to remember there was a project up with K-Trap.
Yeah, he done a joint. Yeah. So that kind of like he put the album in the back burner, but like this
so
is
much
like
promo for Martin so far.
Yeah, feels like a long time ago.
But that's like the joint tape with K-Trap was independent. This is like you know, through Sony, like his actual label. So
you think I'm gonna have a song with Stormzy and I'm gonna be independent? You're
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Proper video, like they dropped the video. Stormzy on a feature, cold verse by the way.
Yeah,
I think he slid on that.
Said the album's fire. I might call it Maya.
I mean, he's loading. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, man. 14th of June, that's coming out. The last one is called
Bashy's back.
Bashy is back.
Sounding like he never left.
Sounded like he never left. He sounds like match fit. Can't lie.
Sweet boys turn sour. And do you know what it is? I like when people are authentic to how I view them, innit? Because Chopper Chops, you walk around with a lollipop and that. His was the more sweeter boy aesthetic, obviously, and being in that very aggressive space of grime. I don't like. That's not an easy thing to do.
Being from Northwest, going over to East London, joining East Connection. I remember at the time, like just trying to get his name out there at a time where everything was based down there.
Yeah, and made a name for himself. And we had the classic moment, him and Gets Free, Clash and whatever. Obviously, we've had all the success with the acting. To come back, I do feel like it's weird. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because someone from a nostalgia point of view, from our childhood, we see still doing well. And like I said, no ring rust, sounding good. It also shows, like, to a certain degree, the golf in class a little bit with certain man. Because it wouldn't shock me if what Gets is doing recently with his run, which has been, in my opinion, been like 6-8 years, he's been just cold. Kano coming back and having two arguably classic albums with Made in a Man and Hoodies All Summer. Yeah. Bashy sitting around there like, no, I can still do this thing. Like the people of my generation, they're not rubbed like this. Yeah. and the work that they've been doing, like as the older guys, making mature music of where they're at in their lives as well, like, and just incorporating themselves into their new ways of living. Like I think is sick. No, I love it. And these man can actually rap. So it's like, if you can rap, you can make good music, and you're giving us like cold videos, I'm here for it. And that's what I'm saying about it being said, like the golf in class, because they come from a certain level of training, pirate radio coming up. That era is different. And of course, you grow up in the area you grow up in. But these men are creatives to the core. Precisely. And I just look and I'm like, we have a certain, like, obviously you got your Daves, your Stormzys, Headie to a degree, Jay Haas, or Cool Central C, but like outside of that, there is still, I feel like, a bit of a gap between everybody else. You have your road rap guys who, because of the genre they make and maybe issues going back and forth from jail and never ever crossing over fully, they sit in a certain pocket like a young Steph, whatever. But we know he's cold. But I still feel like there's like that next level in it, like that golf. These man are just the cool older guys that can still rap. They still look good, like, and they're winning. If all else fails, you're just gonna see him on Netflix, man. you don't want his bars? Cool, I'm gonna go make a film. Yeah. So now I was really happy to see him back, man. So I think a project's loading. I'm sure he's not coming back just dropping single. Yeah, I think a project must be something is coming. Loading. He's been doing like he's been on a press run recently. He's been on a press run recently. So shout outs to him. Did you hear the Sasha Keable single? I don't know if that was on your list. Yeah, I spoke about that last week. Oh, did you? Yeah. Apologies, I forgot. I mentioned her in K1. No, you did, remember. So, Sasha's back. I know that she's had a lot of like personal struggles, like, over the past. Like she had a deal with Disturbing London that didn't really work out. Damn. I didn't feel like that was the best place for her to go personally, but at the time. But, she's here, she's making music again, she's writing for Destin Conrad as well. So sick. Yeah, man, she's super dope. So it was good to see. And the single's cold. I like the video. Yeah. There's a lot of people dropping, man. Like I do want to speak about my little experience at Bryson Tiller's concert. Speak on it, bro. Go on.
That was,
you was giving
was
us
it.
proper old nigga energy.
That was it.
The thing is, like, I want to say, as an artist, if you're depressed, don't go on the road.
Oh, was you giving depressed vibes on stage?
Like, he might not even be depressed. He might just be an introvert, yeah. But like, again, I don't want to see that shit. He's the only artist I've ever watched, yeah, to perform at a massive arena with no spotlight.
it's a bit crazy.
Could have been me up there.
We're saying it was me and Chrissy.
Like,
no, banner. He had no spotlight.
no spotlight. So we couldn't really, like, I mean, unless like you were up close.
Maybe he was doing
Him.
the new age R&B mysterious thing.
Like, nah, man, you come out dressed like Ben 10, like with this glow in the dark, these glow in the dark shoulders.
But it's
like
on brand and theme with the album cover and the stuff he's doing.
Come on, dog,
Ben
like do something in it. Like, if you're not gonna show your face, at least sing.
So he wasn't singing at all.
He wasn't really singing. I'll be real. It was a lot of like, you know, the song playing in the background. Amazing set list, by the way. Even though it could have been a lot longer. It was for an hour. You have 3 albums. Don't just give me an hour and cut.
That's not very long at all.
Did he lean on a lot of trap soul? How much of the new album did he perform?
Not much.
Okay.
Like, actually, he's got 4 albums. He did Running Me Dry, or Run Me Dry, the song, yeah.
Me dry.
And he was like, yeah, man, like, this song weren't really received well back at home, but over here, I know that you lot like it. That's why I'm performing it. And I'm just like, there's no conviction in this performance. He ruined Chow for me.
Really?
Didn't sing it at all. He just let the song play.
I really dislike it when artists do that. I've paid money to hear
As
you
a singer as well.
Sing your song.
As a singer as well.
Can get away with it.
Like,
Sing your
rappers
song.
could get away with it. Singers, like, come on, dog.
I need to hear those vocals.
Did he have any choreography where they dancers on stage?
He had 2 little
Any
demon
fire,
dancers. He had 2 little demon dancers, and they were like more in the front of the stage than he was. He was in the back.
Yeah, dance for your uncle.
Dance.
Yeah, 2 dancers like in a demon outfit.
Oh, okay, fine. I was waiting for you to clarify.
That's what I got that straight away.
Yeah, they were in demon outfits. Like, I don't like. Yeah, I didn't get it, but stage production was great. You know,
Oh.
he had like the fire things coming up as a distraction. Nah, nigga, I'm watching
No,
you.
but you know, like when you've got to do some things, like it's like the guys that, you know, they ain't got much drip, but they got bare chains. It's like you've got to do stuff around what you've got going on, just to
do what
you know
can
what
with
it
what
is?
you
entertain
have.
the audience a bit.
I just feel like I need like artists from the overseas like him to be a lot more aware of his audience.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I watched
fair
him at
ask.
Rolling Loud and I was like, this guy's putting in effort. He's putting in work. He's singing.
It might
Like,
be the old school
set
thing.
list is
Sometimes they
different.
don't respect like outside of their territory. I hope
The
it's not that. I
Yeah,
hope
the
it's not that.
internet, like, you know, should enable these artists to like really hone into what we're actually in tune with.
How many London dates did you do?
3 at
Okay.
Wembley.
That's
Do you know
cold,
if the feedback was the same for the other 2? Maybe Uncle was just tired.
Yeah, maybe you caught him on the
I went to
wrong
the,
day.
Yeah, he was
I
tired.
went to the second night. So, you know, some artists, like, if they do 3 nights at one venue, they might give their all on the first and the third.
Yeah. Do you know what it is as well? It might be that thing of if he's acutely aware of, you said it was Running Me Dry, not being well received back home, but being well received in London, Europe, etc. Maybe it's that full sense of security that they love me over here, and you just kind of like laid back. Like, say he's like Rolling Loud, you know, like
He didn't perform that. And the thing is,
no, but I'm saying more to like to performance in general. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like when I've seen artists talk about how London and New York audience could be quite stiff. They will stand and just watch you. They will say they had an amazing time, but they don't give you much. Maybe it's that thing of at home, he's trying to prove more of a point. You know, like sometimes, oh, I'm in Europe, they're so happy to just see me.
Yeah.
I can just kind of like not do too much. It might be a bit of that.
maybe, but I did
I'm
feel
not saying
like
it's good. I'm
Yeah.
still not happy with that, but I think it's that maybe.
I also did feel like the audience was very young.
Oh, no.
I felt old as hell in there. And I'm thinking, Trap Soul came out in 2015.
When you think about
You,
it,
man, look 18, 20 now.
they don't. They probably don't know that stuff.
It's TikTok. A lot of the songs
Oh.
that, like, and halfway through the show, he did Whatever She Wants, which is a banger. but he didn't really do it with real conviction. And then he did the last song.
What did he close with?
Right My Wrongs. Amazing song. He brought out the singer on there, yeah. And you couldn't even hear him bigging her up.
Oh, Mike Lowe.
It's the white lady's name. I've forgotten that. There's a bit of controversy about that as well. That he stole that from A2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Amazing song. I can't even lie.
Steal it again.
Do it again.
I don't think, with how the song goes, I'm not sure what A2 would have done with it. Like, and that's no discredit to A2 because I think that he's cold as well. But he ended with that, and I was thinking, ain't no way you're gonna leave with giving me a lackluster whatever she wants.
Fair.
Give me what I want, nigga.
Oh,
damn. We might need more show recaps. Look how energized
But
he is.
he left, and then 2 minutes later, as people were going, he came back and he did whatever she wants.
again.
Okay.
With more vim?
Like with more of him, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he did that
As
fake,
people were leaving, fake encore.
He was like, the fake encore, and he was like, I know you didn't think that I weren't gonna come back out here and sing this smash
SZA
of a
did
hit.
that. I remember seeing Teacher Moses years ago, and like, I don't want to say the word, but you know what we came here to see, man. Don't try it, man.
But it just dawned like on me that he's actually just not a performer. He's just an artist.
Like,
remember some of these
Walker
people just like they're studio artists, isn't it? I love that you said the thing about Summer, because she was having those troubles. Like, people giving her grace because, you know, it's when
I feel like she's improved though.
I think
Tiana Taylor.
after she got that love in London when she cried and stuff.
Shout out to Tiana Taylor.
When she first was coming over, people were like, we're paying money. Like, I get it. You're going through stuff, but you got to figure this thing out.
Perform B.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's a shame, man.
But I'm still on the album though. Like, shout out to Bryson Tiller. Like, the album's cold.
I felt like I've had to defend the album a little bit last week on it because I bumped into a few of my people and they weren't really sold. I was like, no, this album slaps. Like,
nah, it does slap, man.
You know,
it slaps. I'm still
the fact he
listening
did
to the
3
feature.
Wembley shows is nuts though.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. That was an amazing feat.
Yeah.
But you know, he's at that level now.
But to your point, if that's where you are now, consistency and also we're spending money to come out and see you, the show's got to be good.
Yeah, like, because from there, the next stop is the O2. Like, you've demonstrated that you can do 3 nights at a 15,000, like,
true,
you know,
capacity.
And you're saying what, 4 albums in at this point? If you're saying Trap Soul came out almost 10 years ago, you've been out for a minute, you know?
You've been out for a minute, and I know that, like, the second album, he was talking about that on stage, how he was depressed around that time.
Yeah.
When he made that, like, he wasn't, like, he hated going to the studio.
Yeah, because you made Trap Soul, you're like, I've done it. I've made it. I've done it all. But then how do I top Trap Soul? That's pressure, isn't it?
And he has abilities, like, to make great music. Like, he makes good songs.
He does.
Like, he can do that. So
I'm still playing Rich Boy and Feeling For You and Chow, Calypso. Like, I really enjoy the album. So
yeah.
There was someone Vans played ages ago, Miles from Kinshasa.
Yeah.
Don't Be an Op. He released
4
it, 4 a.m. Which is probably like one of my recommendations this week.
Kinshasa, like, say it properly, please.
Apologies. You only just learned how to say Udumudu Black.
Damn.
Yeah. This is his first week.
But this is a capital city, yeah. It's a capital city, B.
Oh, Fols, how do you say it? How do you say it?
Miles from Kinshasa.
Kinshasa. Okay.
Yeah.
But I've got a lisp, so like.
Then
it was.
This one can actually ride this
I feel
time.
like a word might catch me out, that's when I'll mispronounce it.
I got a lisp.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have
But
to try.
No, I'll try, but I
Try
just got a bit
small.
nervous, innit?
Try small.
Yeah.
Are we wrapping this up?
We are very short. I think Vans is just going to play this. Whilst Vans is finding this, I'm going to do some listener
Not
feedback.
4am, plus 44.
Plus 44, sorry. Listener feedback from
I want to read it.
Sweat of Beads. There you go, Chris. You can read it out.
God.
I'm screaming.
This says, Foles talking about rushing reminds me. No, hold on. This is from Sakul. Shout out Sakul. Foles talking about rushing reminds me of the funniest story he told on the pod about him fighting a girl and her brother in secondary school because they were making fun of his eczema.
His primary school, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that where you
Shout out to you. Yeah,
toe punted up
You toe punted someone?
up the
Hey, chill out, man.
Voila.
I said it once. I ain't going to say it again.
Oh my gosh.
sorry.
Kwashi T says, no need for the finger for the he spelled prostate wrong, but no need for the
You ain't
finger
gotta do
for the
that
prostate.
For the
New method.
prostates.
Get checked, man. Okay.
Yes.
Life of Bodge. Dr. Umar, forgive me, but I was waiting for Fols or Vans to say Mira May was looking thick in that Rough Squad performance. Harry tried to tell us she was African.
I had to read the rest of it.
Remember when Harry Panero was doing Mira May Defense League?
Oh my God.
Saying, oh, like, you know.
She's more cultured than me. She took me to Jamaica. You're Jamaican me crazy.
Do you know what? Let him love his queen.
Hey, the man them get themselves in trouble so much, you know.
They're telling
my
themselves.
Days, bro.
Anyways, this is Miles from Kinshasa, +44.
+44 coming for you. Tell your best friend stop acting brand new. Come behave yourself, come read the rules. Remember who showed you the rules.
Off the cuff worldwide, baby.
To front of you. But if I decide to leave without, you don't need leave here with us. Come, you leaving there without you. My guesses don't mean on my mind. Moving with intentions, I'm reading the signs. Not every day you'll feel it. Know your type, baby. You only wanna feel it. I can find it, baby. Ooh, temptation calling out.
Go stream that, man. Miles from Kinshasa, +44. It's a little banger still. He's cold, man. He's cold,
really
man.
cold.
Don't be
Shout
an
out
op as
Miles.
well. Like that's like
He ain't miss anytime I hear him.
yeah, that's still in rotation still.
Before we go, the only other recommendation I've got is Mozzie. He's got an album out called Children of the Slums. If you like that west side of things, West Coast music.
My favourite.
Shout outs to Mozzie, man.
Mozzie always drops good music.
Him and
so-
Blast need to go back in.
Yeah, no, he's got. I really enjoying this. It's been like good for the gym playlist.
Yeah.
Chris is done, bro. Whatever you're looking for, don't find it.
Honorary shout outs though to Skepta shutting down Coachella.
Yes.
Cold. Wow.
Sorry.
Whoa.
You good?
Can you
I
take
was
it away
just-
from the
Are
mic?
you good over there?
Should put the mic there.
Shut down Coachella
Silly.
still. Shout out to him, man.
No, just shout out Skepta. I'm supporting a black man.
Of course.
Yeah.
We take all the love and support, man. Appreciate Black Kings. You know, yeah, his thing's separate, man.
I agree.
He's clear, man.
So clear.
But it's been an absolute pleasure, man.
So much fun.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Good to see you guys as always.
Always.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this, listening, watching, wherever you're consuming this content. Use the hashtag, which is Off the Cuff Pod.
It is.
Get
Never
involved in the
changes.
conversation.
Please do.
Interact with us.
Yeah.
Listener feedback.
Yeah.
You know, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the rat beef,
Yes.
the R&B beef.
The iron beef.
Darn beef.
If you're going to be calling in sick tomorrow when you hear this,
Hey, listen.
Who you think's winning the beef in the streets?
yeah,
Tell us. We want to know.
you want to know. Tell us.
Set up a poll on Spotify thing.
Yeah, come man, I got this, man. Interact, man.
Yeah.
See you next week, man.
Bye.
Peace.